name's Katie. I'm a public health nurse with Ottawa Public Health. Today I'm here with Mathieu, who is a local photographer here in Ottawa. Despite being vaccine hesitant, Mathieu received his second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine today. He's here to share his experience and his story with us. So Matt, what concerns did you have prior to getting your COVID-19 vaccines that might have delayed you getting the vaccine?
My biggest concern was long-term effects and what implications that might have in 5 years, 10 years down the road, having a young family to take care of. So that was the biggest source of my hesitation.
When doing your research, what were the main sources of information?
I want to make very clear, I wanted to get the vaccine, but I wanted to feel safe doing so. So the basis of my research was really to kind of support that safety or to try to find the reasons why it is safe. So everything that I was looking up was essentially why and how the vaccine works and the mechanics behind those mechanics to have a deeper understanding of it. And I feel like I have a fairly good understanding now, but it's also made it kind of clear to me that there are unknowns and that left me a little more hesitant. But all the sources that I've looked at have been peer-reviewed articles, especially also government websites with the government numbers when I'm looking at the numbers. And again, just really trying my hardest to make sure that I'm looking at unbiased scientific facts to kind of piece together how this works.
How did you come to a decision, or what influenced you to go ahead and get your first dose?
Yeah. In all honesty, my biggest factor was my work. I'm a wedding photographer. I can't call in sick. You know, if I do call in sick, it's really, really serious, and also don't want to show up with a cold, not having been vaccinated, or maybe I shouldn't show up anyways. But in either case, I want to do what I could for my business and my clients, and put that hesitation aside to do that for them. So
over the process of your sort of coming to a decision, did you have conversations with family, friends, healthcare providers that influenced how you came to your final choice?
So I've had many conversations, and again, all those conversations were really kind of stemming around trying to understand the vaccine better and how it works and where we are with this and the situation, and to piece all that together and to kind of make my own decision based off of that. Try not to be influenced too much externally in terms of emotions, but more based on the facts at hand.
So now that you've gone through the first and second dose, how do you feel about your decision now?
I'm very happy to report that thus far, I feel normal. You know, outside of the original sore arm and headache, so far I feel the way I did before, which was a big concern. So that being said, I lost a lot of sleep for months leading up to the vaccine, or making my decision to taking the vaccine. It was on my mind all the time, and when I finally made that decision, like hardcore, like I'm doing this, there was a weight off my shoulders. And I know when I actually sat down, I felt at peace. I had the most wonderful nurse, by the way. Her name was Nicole. She was fantastic. She really made me feel at ease. And I remember feeling very much at peace receiving the vaccine. And again, that I felt a lot lighter after. So even though I still am a little bit hesitant, I sleep much better at night right now. It's not always on my mind. And at this point, I'm glad that I did it.
The question is around talking to other people who are hesitant and having conversations with people who might have similar thoughts and views about this particular vaccine and have potentially been delaying or are delaying getting it. What would you say?
I think right now, especially in Canada more than ever, we are seeing a lot of divisiveness, and it really breaks my heart because I think in the end, all of us kind of want the same thing. We all want to live like happy, healthy, productive lives, and different people have different perspectives on how they want to get there, and or how they feel is best to get there for themselves and their families. I think it's very important that we all take precautions, again, such as mask wearing, social distancing, sanitizing. I think vaccines at this point seem like a very good option as well. But whichever end of the spectrum that we lie on, whether you're in this camp or that camp or somewhere in between or somewhere outside of that looking in, I think it's really important that we always show each other respect and compassion and try to understand each other and try to work on this together despite our differences, because us going at this apart and focusing on that divisiveness is just going to make this whole thing so much harder to get through. We really have to get through it together.
Well, it's really nice to meet you, Matt, and we appreciate that you took the time to talk to us today about your thoughts, your experience, and the process that you went through to get here. So thank you very much.